The question is, what made you want to become an actress, and how did you get your start as an actress? I would have to say it all started when I was trying to find myself around the age of 19. I had already quit school, took my GED, and I didn't know what I wanted to do for a living. And my brother kept hounding me to get a job and get a life. And I knew that I wanted to write, and that was the only thing I felt comfortable doing. I remember being in this data entry class, you know, like one of those classes that you take, you see it on TV, just to shut my brother up. I took one of those courses that you take, and you learn how to be like a secretary or something. But this was for data entry for computers. And I remember being in New York, and it was rush hour. And I remember seeing, I did this class for like about 2 months. I was literally a month away from graduating my little course, my Drake course on data entry. And I saw these miserable people in the terminal. They had like gray eyes, and they looked miserable and angry. It's rush hour. I was going to Jersey, where I lived, but I'm in New York, and everybody looked horribly sad and miserable and sun deprived. And I said to myself, right there, it was like an aha moment, that I don't want to live like that. I don't want the rest of my life to be spent in some phosphorescent, you know, lit room, deprived of sunlight. And I made an executive decision to live out my heart. And my heart was telling me that I need to tell stories, and that's where I belong. I belong writing. So I quit the school and ended up with like $5,000 in, like, you know, a debt. And I started doing extra work. My brother, who's in college, showed me this newspaper, and it's called Backstage. And he says, this is where people get all their information for films. Because I know you want to write for movies. That's what you want to do, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he believed in me, you know what I mean? And he gave me this newspaper, and he says, it comes out every Thursday. Look at this thing. So I did extra work for about 2 years, and it was Girl Fight, which was my first audition, that I actually got a job 2 years after doing extra work. So that's how I got into the business. And that's what struck me to change my mind to get into the business. You know, I followed my heart. So instead of, you know, my brother. I had one brother who was telling me, get a job, get a life. He's right. I did need to. And then my other brother saying, you know, follow your dreams. So thank God for my family.